Hey guys, this is SF and welcome to Impossible Mondays. This week it is going to be Tsukuyomi Zero and my team is going to be Ki, Akechi Mitsuhide, Chiyo, I think it was Chiyo, and then Miyamoto Musashi for the... not Chiyo, I'm Mekamori. Chiyo is the Japanese name. And then Musashi for the friend. So basically you want no block monsters and some no gravity barrier monsters. Why I brought Ki is because of the Deity Slayer. So of course Tsukuyomi Zero is a Deity. Akechi is my no block monster. But before I get more to it, the first shot is very important. Make sure you hit under the 2 onto the Spectre, and then you can bounce between those 2 balls. The 2 balls up on top are the main focal point of the dungeon. But I'll get more to it later on the second stage. But Akechi is my no block monster, Chiyo is my Dark Slayer and then her powerful strike shot, and it's also Musashi, which is also a no gravity bear and a Dark Slayer as well. Okay, second stage, like I said, the balls are the focal point, and the best way to clear them is to bounce between them, but as you can see they are out of order, like they're not like right beside each other like in the first stage. This stage they will move across left and right every single turn, so you want to make sure that, and then if you defeat one, then one will revive the other at the original spot. So the top side will revive if it gets defeated, then it'll always revive to the left, and then the one on the bottom will always revive to the right. So make sure when you clear off these balls, you make sure you clear it off on the... well, actually this shot I went for... actually I didn't. This one is a dead shot because the bottom one will move to the right and then the top one also will revive to the left, so I'm back at square one. But this time I will clear off the top one so that the bottom one will move to the left and then the top one will revive. And then this is where a no block comes in handy because they won't be able to get through that. Normal monsters will not be able to get through that. But I did make sure that they move at the same onto the same side, so I can pinch with my Akechi, who is a no block monster. But that's pretty much the gist of the dungeon. It gets a little bit harder later on in terms of the number of balls and then the positioning and stuff like that. But why it's really important is that the balls recover monsters. They recover the HP of monsters, and that gets really annoying. And in these stages, their middle counter is a one-hit kill as well, so you want to clear them off as fast as possible. Okay, third stage, you want to clear off as much of the minions as possible. The minions are the main damage. The balls do not do much damage. They only do like the movement stuff. So the knights do the most damage in terms of, like, when you compare it to the specters. They will shoot a rebound laser, and then the specters will shoot out gravity barriers onto the enemies to deteriorate your movement. Because I don't think there's any no gravity barrier. Actually there is. This probably is. There's hardly any no gravity barrier and no block monsters in the game. So that's why you want to clear out the specters a lot. And then I put it all the way back to even, where they are on the same side. But somehow Ki got leaked out of the block. But that's fine, actually. And most of the time when you're on the same side of the two, and I missed my gauge purposely just so that I can get in between or try to get in between, and I failed horribly. And since I clear out the guy that revives on the top, then yeah, that happened. But that's fine. I just have to reset it like that, and then he'll move to the bottom, and then the one on the right will move to the... oh, that's fine. That is fine. And in terms of Musashi, why he's good, of course he slays the boss and stuff like that. But in terms of these balls, if he gets a swipe onto the weak spot, that will be a one-shot kill. And since they're always positioned within, like, right in, like, towards each other, people like Chio cannot get a one shot onto them. So if there's no blocks in between them, then Musashi can just go straight through it, and then that will kill. Okay, this one is probably the fourth stage is probably the hardest out of most of the stages. Just because Mandrake, of course, does a lot of damage, and he is a Demi Slayer L. But the balls do come after you clear off the Knight. And then, of course, once the ball comes out, then the other ball comes out as well. And once you clear off the... And I just strike shot here because I didn't want to deal with the balls. It is totally fine to use a strike shot here. Use 1 or 2 strike shots here. You do have a lot of time to stall up in the boss stages in general. But those balls don't move left and up and down only. They do like to the right, to the bottom, and stuff like that. So it's really hard to memorize those patterns. Okay, for this stage, the ones on the bottom side, the ones that are facing up and down, are always in line, whereas the top ones are not. So basically, I just make sure my key is in that line, or you can also try to... Oh, I just went straight for the balls. Hopefully I cleared it. No, I didn't. Completely failed. But you can also pinch onto the bottom side of Tsukuyomi Zero. So if you have a Slayer like Chio or Ki, then you can just hit the bottom side of Tsukuyomi, and then you can pinch, and then that will move on. That will clear the stage. Okay, and Chio is in that corner, which is perfect. I wanted to get out to at least heal up a bit, and Akechi got a lucky bounce onto those two. That's totally fine. And then go for the pinch. Close. And then Musashi for the swipe to most likely finish. Almost. Which is fine. Ki can get the sword and then move on. I just went straight for it. I didn't care about the shield. I mean the sword. But in terms of Yomi's revive, it will always revive the attacking mobs. It won't revive the balls. So some people might find it a little bit easy because she doesn't revive the balls that will recover her as well. Okay, boss stage, and it's 4 bars. I think it's 4 bars. No, it's 3 bars. It is 3 bars and then 36 turns. And it's all about clearing the balls. So the two that are in the... So you basically want to have them up onto the same side. And the right counters are always the movement counters. And then the left one is the revive and the recovery. So you see the top side, those two are connected. And then I just went straight for it because he was on top of the block, and then he has a good angle for it. It's priority onto the balls at 24/7. Next is Akechi, which is perfect as well. Just make sure you memorize where the balls will move, because most of them only moves one way, except for the Mandrake stage where they move in 2 steps. So you have to memorize 2 steps. I think it's 2 steps. Yeah, it's 2 steps. So you have to memorize those movements. And I just went straight up and down, and got the boot because I want to heal off the healing walls. The healing wall shows up when you clear off the attacking mobs. So, and of course Yomi does revive those attacking mobs as well. Heal up as much as I can because it is a no heart dungeon, and there's not many recovery monsters that you can bring, and most people don't even bring them. Most of them just probably just use the healing walls as much as they can. Okay, second floor is clearing off the right side and then clearing off the balls. Of course, if you don't have no block monsters, it's going to be really hard to get through those blocks. And you can definitely not pinch between that. It is like borderline impossible unless you're already in that space. Okay, next is Musashi. And I just went up and down to break the... just so that the balls move on to the same side. Because the left one will revive on the top side, and then the one on the right will move upwards. Since they're on the same side, I can clear it with Akechi if I can get a good angle. And I didn't have a good angle, so I just went YOLO. And not the best shot, but that's fine. That is fine. You can basically stay here because Yomi will keep on reviving those attacking mobs, and the attacking mobs will shoot out healing walls. She does have a one-shot kill onto the bottom side with the 8, so you have to be careful of that. But that's the only thing you really have to be careful of. Okay, Musashi going to heal up and clear off that Spectre. I do not want to clear off the ball onto the right side because that will break the loop or break the movement. Okay, Ki. I just went to strike shot actually because I was just like, screw it. Because it was getting sketchy with my HP being low, and Yomi does only the most damage she does is the spread shot. Okay, last stage. Last stage is basically clear off the attacking mobs because that's the only way you can deal with the balls. Okay, that's fine. And you can pinch between them. And most likely you won't get to one-shot Yomi with it unless you get a really nice pinch. Like even that kind of pinch doesn't even deal a dent to her. Okay. Just make sure you keep on dealing with the attacking mobs, and just went to clear out the balls to deteriorate. Now the top side mobs, the top side blobs, they actually, yeah, they just move left and move up and down. But if you're on the same side, you just bounce between left and right, and then they'll die relatively fast. And if it's Chio or somebody like that, then that can one shot. I'm just trying, and I did get a little lucky there. But yeah, never use your strike shots until those balls are removed from the game. Okay, finally that guy's dead. Okay. And position for the balls are relatively easy for Musashi because he is a Pierce monster. Just need one swipe and that will be it. And now all the balls are gone. And then now you can just strike shot to your heart's content. I didn't strike shot here because the blocks were blocking Ki's way to any damage. Okay, next is Akechi. Akechi doesn't have a good shot on the weak spot, so I just went to heal. Healing is also important. Okay, next is Chio. Perfect. The weak spot wasn't perfect, but it's perfect because of the strike shot. And if you bounce on the blocks, that will still do the attack up as well. That'll still stack the attack. So boom, boom, boom. Not bad. 2 million without the weak spot. And then Akechi for the finish with his strike shot, which is an explosion strike shot. Boom. And that is game. It's all about racking your brain between when the balls will move and when they will move, and then your angles and stuff like that. It's all about memorizing their movements, which is the name of the game. Some people might find it easy, some people might not find it very easy either. But make sure you strike shot when the balls are not there. But that's pretty much it for me. I hope you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.